This week's featured art piece is called Mini Me's. I created it during a quiet moment of reflection, each one a fragment of who I am, and yet somehow something more. I remember my first session with a Jungian therapist. I hadn't drawn in 7 years because of work, and I asked her, "What can you do for me?" She said, "We'll find all the little people that live inside you." I went straight home and drew these little figures I thought we'd find. That's how Mini Me's was born. I inked it in 1982, and many years later, I painted it in 2025. Mini Me's is a portrait of our inner multiplicity. It's a gentle, surreal constellation of familiar strangeness. Each figure is a distilled emotional archetype in childlike form. In the top left, a tiny mouse nurtures a blooming stem. That's the innocent optimist, always rooting for growth, even from tight spaces. The balloons above, red, blue, and yellow, remind me of a soup bowl I cherished as a 5-year-old, symbols of both joy and distant ideals. At the center stands a large robot, jointed and animated, but emotionally hollow. That's the performer self, moving through routine, smiling on command, functioning without real feeling. I think of a memory from childhood where frustration spilled out unexpectedly, just like that robotic self, acting out without thinking. To the right is a clown figure, stern and judgmental, holding a miniature of itself. Its ego observing ego, the inner critic watching us perform and asking, "Who is this really for?" Below, a weary cat curls around a red ball, the self that's felt too much, and now just quietly observes, still clinging to a little piece of joy. And in the bottom left, a yellow dome with wide eyes silently watches from the edge. That's the subconscious observer, always present, but rarely speaking. The negative space, the white around them, shows the isolation of our inner parts, each one existing in its own little world. There's a strange comfort to these characters. They're not here to make you laugh, but to make you recognize a piece of yourself. We all carry these mini selves. Mini Me's doesn't offer a tidy resolution. It invites you to sit quietly and notice who is speaking the loudest. As Walt Whitman wrote, "I am large, I contain multitudes." And sometimes those multitudes wear polka dots. Maybe life isn't about picking just one version of ourselves, but learning to coexist with the whole cast.